It's James here from Guitarist.com, and today we're going to pick up where we left off on Bohemian Rhapsody and learn what is definitely the hardest part of the song. Let's just take a quick look at what we'll be learning here. Definitely simplified things, but this is a very operatic tune, you know, and unless you have like a conductor at the campfire and a whole bunch of people, we're going to have to, you know, condense some parts, and I've definitely tried my best to stay as true as possible to the recording. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, we're just going to dive right in, starting with the, you know, I see a little silhouetto of a man part. We have our easy F shape. Just a quick refresher for that one. Index is on the first fret of the B string, middle finger on the second fret, pinky on the third fret of the D string, and then our ring finger just above that on the third fret of A, muting the thickest string. And we're going to be using this shape a lot here, bringing it up and down the fretboard, and we're going to keep track of where our index finger is. So in the normal position, it's on the first fret. Here we're going to put our index on the second fret to make F sharp. And we start off with our bass note, the second fret of the thickest string, and then we quickly make our shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you might want to practice that. The root note on beat 1. And then here, I strum and I release the pressure. That's the awesome thing about chords that don't have any open strings, is that when you release the pressure, they stop. You can get that nice effect. And we start off 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to put our ring finger down across 3 strings, all at the 4th fret from D, G, and B. And that's a B chord, a B triad. And then we go back to this shape, our F sharp, and then we go down to F, and then back up to F sharp. So B, F sharp, F, F sharp. We do that a couple times. I see a little silhouetto of a mascara. And then here we just go between B and F sharp. So moosh, scaramouche, will you do the fandango? So I have it all written above. You just have to kind of follow them in order and just hit each one time. You know, the rhythm is dead simple. And then we go thunderbolt and lightning. And for this part, we're going to play an A triad. So our index finger is playing 2, 2, 2 on D, G, B, just barring all those strings. And I just strum down and up really gently. Thunderbolts and just literally strumming the syllables of the words. Thunderbolts and then lightning. That's down, down. I just moved my shape up 1 fret. Then I go up 1 more fret. Very, very, you know, down, up, just following the syllables of the words. And then I go up 2 frets, frightening, and then back to our F sharp chord using the easy F shape. And then he goes, Galileo, Galileo, da da da. Let's just recap what we've done so far. 104 beats per minute, a lot slower than the original recording to give us some reaction time here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see a little silhouetto a man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me, Galileo. So then you do Galileo, Figaro, you know, Magnifico, and that's going to be up to you. You're in charge of singing this one. And then we go to G sharp. So I'm still using my easy F chord, but now my index is on the 4th fret. And here we're just going to go with this one shape. I'm just thinking about my index finger. 4, 3, 2, 3. So just one fret at a time. Going, I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. That's really, really straightforward. And then we're going to just strum some chords and let them ring. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. So I'm strumming on he's and from with a plain old C chord and easy F. Spare him his life from this monstrosity. So it all just lines up with syllables, you know. That's the easiest way to get through this, just printing the lyrics even and underlining. I have a full playthrough on my website. More information about that later. And then back to easy come, easy go, will you let me go? And then we have the Bismillah. But let's cover that in a sec. Let's just recap everything that we've done at this point now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life from this monstrosity. 2, 3, 4. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? And now the Bismillah part. And this part has some odd time signature stuff. So I've counted it all out and I've written it all out, and we can kind of see how it fits in terms of like that rhythm grid. You know, we're not just counting to 4 over and over here. There's some measures of 2, etc. I think this is a good way to get through it either way. As far as the chord shapes, we're playing a G power chord. So my index is on the 3rd fret of the thickest string. My ring finger is on the 5th fret of the next string. My pinky's just underneath it. And then for C, we just move the shape up here. So my index is on the A string. We just move the entire shape together. You can just get used to doing that, you know. Bismillah. And I'm just going to demonstrate and count through it. And you can always just pause the video and just kind of go through it at your own pace afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after that, we have some root notes. You know, in the actual tune, it's like. But we're just going to play the root notes. 4th fret of the thickest string, 4, 2, and then we go up to the A string, 2, 1, and then the 1st fret of the D string, and then the 3rd fret of the thickest string, and the 3rd fret of the A string. So just read through the tab. The rhythm's super easy, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You know, it's just quarter notes. That's the no, 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 no part. And then it goes into Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. And for this bit, we're just going to strum the chords with the words. You know, that's definitely the way to get through this middle part of the tune. And it sounds the best too, you know, especially in this kind of sing-along setting, like the way that we're learning this tune. So let's just recap, starting with no, 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 and working into those chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, no, 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 no. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. So at the end there, there's a rhythm shift. The song goes from having like a straight feel, you know, where everything is just ticking along with an even feeling, into a swing feel. You know, like a country song or a blues song, right? In terms of the pattern, it's just down, up, over and over. And I kind of just start quietly on the first couple measures. And then on the third and fourth measures, I really start giving her just to like pick up, because the next part's really energetic, and that's how we can drive the tune into the next part. Now for this next part, we have one of the most famous rock riffs ever adapted for acoustic guitar. We start off on a C chord. So I'm strumming the C chord on beat 1, and then I play the open E string and the first fret, and those make up a quarter note triplet. So 1 and ah, 2 and ah. It lines up with the counting, and this is definitely tricky. This is not an easy song. You know, at this point, you're always welcome to just feel it out. You know, when I first learned this, I had no idea what a quarter note triplet was, but I could kind of play along to the recording, and eventually, you know, you pick up the rhythm that way, right? So strum the C chord, and then on the thickest string, 0, 1, 3, and then on the A string, 0, 2, 3. And then we do that again. C, 0, 1, and here we go. Third fret, and then the open A string, and back to the third fret of the thickest string. Let's just try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna slow my metronome way down to 80 beats per minute. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And then we play the same thing again on C. And then for our D chord, so we strum D on beat 1, and then we go to the second fret of the thickest string, third fret, and then O to O on the A string. I would practice it 2 ways. I would really slow it down, turn off the metronome, just count it out at your own pace and try to line it up with the timing. But then I would just listen to the song and just try to feel it and see if you can kind of meet somewhere in the middle. Now this next section, we're gonna start off with some power chords. Our faithful G power chord, index on the third fret of the thickest string, and C. And there's also a B flat. And for that one, we're gonna be coming from G. We just go up 3 frets till our index is on the 6th fret. Now, as far as the timing's concerned, it's pretty straightforward, except for this one part where we go from G up to B flat. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then we just hold our B flat, and then we come back down to our G chord. I'm just gonna play through it. You can always watch this, see how it goes, and then try it with me after. We're starting off with those power chords, then we're gonna get into some regular chords with our regular, our strumming pattern now is just down, up with the swing feel. Pretty straightforward. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you think you can stone me and spit in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And now full chords. Do this to me, baby. 1. At this point, the second time that we do this C and D sort of riffage on our D chord, we're actually gonna kind of extend the riff. It's gonna go. So we start off the same way, strumming our D chord, 2, 3, O on the A string, and then we're gonna go 2, 4, so we're climbing up through a scale. And then we're doing a little scale pattern. We're starting on the first fret of the D string, 1, 3, and then O on the G string. And that's just a triplet, just 1 and ah. And the next 3 notes. So that's the third fret of the D string, open G, and then second fret of the G string. And in terms of the timing, it's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, and we play 1 and a 2 and a 3. So we're doing this rhythmic displacement thing. You're just gonna have to count it out and practice it, you know. This isn't something you can just expect to pick up right away. Good for you if you can, but definitely something that if you're not getting it, don't worry. Every single person who's ever tried to play this has to practice this, you know, and count through it just like I'm showing you here. Anyways, the next couple notes on the G string, 0, 2, 3, and then we bar the first fret, D, G, and B strings, technically an A flat chord. So let's just play that last little bit of the riff. 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. And then we play an F power chord. So my index is on the first fret, and we just strum it, no pattern. And then we move up to G, once again, no pattern. And let's just recap that little bit. Back to 80 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here it's back to our regular strumming. So we're just gonna play down, root, down, down, up. Over G, my ring finger's on the 3rd fret of the thickest string. Nothing really matters to me. And I drag my index to the 1st fret, A7. So it's just chords and strumming to kind of, you know, cool off after all that craziness. The only chords there that you might need to, a little bit of a refresher, is coming from G over B. We just bring our index down to the 1st fret for G minor over B flat. And then G, D over F sharp. So my ring finger stays down from the G chord, index on the 2nd fret, skip a string, middle finger on the 2nd fret. And then I just take my index and move it to the 1st fret. And then I play E minor 7, the first chord we started with in this whole tune, and then a D chord. Now, when it comes to putting this entire song together, there's a reason why I broke this song down into 2 videos, is because I want you to practice each section on its own. Some of them are remarkably easier than others, but you really gotta, you know, put the time in and do the work. Go through these as many times as you need to. And when you're ready, if you want to play through the whole thing, see it all from start to finish, that's available for members of my website. If you want to improve your skills, I have a ton of courses, things that are going to teach you all about how to play something like this and how to play, you know, all your favorite songs, you know, so please check that out. If you want, if you enjoyed learning guitar with me and you want my help, you also get access to my community where you can literally ask me questions directly and I will help you get past whatever roadblocks are stopping you from, you know, succeeding on guitar, whether it's your rhythm or whatever it may be. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these lessons. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing and I'll see you soon.